Nice to meet you.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, so I'm Sam Oakley from Informa Tech, and at the 5G Core Summit 2023, we have Emir Halilovic from GlobalData. Emir, your keynote yesterday was fascinating, I think one of the highlights of the event. I'm keen to know a bit more about the white paper that you created and kind of why this is so important for the industry right now.
All right. Well, the issue that we are covering has been somewhat neglected. The resilience and stability of core networks has always taken the backseat to, just the sheer performance and feature sets. But as we are moving forward in the development of core into 5G, core and 5G SA on the horizon, we are seeing the increased number of incidents, we are seeing increased number of outages, and that is extremely detrimental, especially detrimental in the light of the fact that we are going to have enterprise critical use cases running on, let's say, 5G SA that really do not tolerate any kind of outage, let alone hours-long outages and so on. And therefore, this topic of core stability and resilience, we thought it needs really to be taken to the spotlight, and that's what we have done.
Great, and the topic of core network reliability and stability sometimes is kind of undervalued or underplayed by operators. What do you think they need to be doing to kind of right that wrong or to address that?
Yeah. Well, what we have found was that most cases where the outages happened, they were caused by the network, broadly speaking. And the second most important cause of outages was human factor. So that kind of points to two directions. One direction is increasing the reliability and resilience of network elements themselves, and also the network as a system, through different means, through increasing redundancy, through faster handovers, etc., etc. The other direction that concerns the network is increasing observability or visibility of what's happening in the network and like the level of control and granularity that operators have over their networks, so that they can detect let's say, incidents before they actually happen, detect the sub-health state, so to say, of network elements before they actually fail, so that they can prevent service disruptions and so on. Then, obviously, building on that and related to the human factor is the automation. It's usually said that whenever you have manual processes, you are going to have human errors happening, and that's kind of inevitable. Once the automation kicks in, once we implement AI-driven, intent-driven automation, then obviously this number of incidents based on human factors should decline. So that's, I think, some of the directions that operators should be taking. But first and foremost, they have to establish where they are at the moment, do a little bit of, let's say, stock taking where they are, and adopt the roadmap. And I think that we have a very good methodology kind of roadmap in our white paper that has been developed in cooperation with different partners in the industry, both from the operator and from the vendor side. So it's, I think, quite solid and well worked out methodology that can be used to actually outline this roadmap and what measures should be and can be taken to improve resilience and stability.
Great. And I guess just building on that and thinking about the role that the industry as a whole could or should be playing to kind of address core network stability, could you just provide some thoughts on that?
Yeah. The one, I think, of the initial objections, or not objections, but one of the initial shortcomings we see in the industry was that the issue of stability and resilience has not really been addressed in standards. Standards like 3GPP usually outline different features of of the network, but do not stipulate how resilient, what methods should be used in resilience. So I guess a little bit more attention to resilience should be definitely worked into the standards. Ideally, it would be. I think that from the regulatory side, we're seeing that there is a lot more focus of the governments and regulators on resilience and stability of the networks. So there are things kind of coming at the industry, so industry will have to deal with it. And I think that the best way to actually go forward is to think about resiliency much more when standards are being defined. And from that point on, that would be an ideal situation. Right now, we have a kind of industry cooperation behind this white paper. Hopefully, more initiatives like this are going to ensue, and the best practice sharing definitely should happen in industry fora and also across different standards or industry cooperation bodies that we have. So I think that would be an ideal situation, and that should happen more.
Very interesting. We'll watch this space.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Emir.